10 psychological reasons why people choose toxic relationships. Why do some people stay in toxic relationships even when they know they're being hurt? Why do others keep falling for the same destructive patterns again and again? The truth is, it's not always about weakness or lack of awareness. Psychology reveals deeper reasons behind these choices, reasons rooted in attachment, trauma, fear, and self-worth. Today we'll break down 10 psychological reasons why people end up in toxic relationships, and sometimes even feel addicted to them. Faster trauma bonding. Toxic relationships often create intense emotional highs and lows. These cycles of affection, followed by rejection or abuse, form what's called trauma bonds. The brain starts associating pain with love, creating a confusing but powerful attachment. Over time, the victim becomes emotionally hooked, not because it feels good, but because it feels familiar and addictive. 2. Low self-worth. If someone believes they don't deserve healthy love, they're more likely to tolerate emotional neglect, manipulation, or even abuse. A person with low self-esteem may think, "This is the best I can get," or worse, "This is all I'm worth." Toxic relationships confirm their negative self-image, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. 3. Childhood conditioning. People often repeat what they've seen in childhood. If someone grew up in a home where love was chaotic, conditional, or abusive, their subconscious may see that dynamic as normal. They seek out partners that replicate the emotional environment they grew up in, not because they want pain, but because it feels emotionally familiar. 4. Fear of being alone. Loneliness can feel more terrifying than mistreatment. Some people choose toxic relationships simply because they fear solitude. They'd rather deal with emotional chaos than sit in silence. This fear drives them to accept anything, even harmful love, just to avoid being alone with themselves. 5. Idealization and denial. In the beginning, toxic partners often shower their victims with charm, passion, and promises. This creates a powerful, idealized image. Even when abuse begins, the victim clings to that early version, the potential of the person, instead of accepting the reality. Denial becomes a survival tool. 6. Fixe mentality. Some people are drawn to broken partners because they want to fix or save them. It gives them a sense of purpose, but this often turns into a toxic cycle of enabling and overgiving, where the fixer loses themselves trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. It becomes more about proving their worth than building a healthy connection. 7. Chemical addiction to drama. The emotional roller coaster of toxic relationships triggers the brain's reward system. Adrenaline, dopamine, cortisol. These neurochemicals can create an addictive loop. Calm, stable love feels boring in comparison. So the brain craves the emotional spikes, even when they're destructive. 8. Lack of healthy models. Many people have never seen what a truly healthy relationship looks like. Without role models, they can't recognize red flags, or they normalize them. Without contrast, toxicity might not even register as harmful. It just feels like love, because it's all they've ever known. 9. Hope for change. Toxic relationships often come with promises. "I'll do better. I didn't mean it. Things will change." Hope keeps the victim in place. They stay, waiting for the day their partner becomes the person they pretended to be. Unfortunately, this hope becomes a trap, one that costs months, years, even decades. 10. Emotional dependency. In toxic relationships, partners often become each other's emotional lifeline. Even when there's conflict, they rely on the relationship to regulate their moods, calm their anxiety, or give them a sense of identity. Letting go feels like losing a part of themselves, not just a partner. And so they stay even when it hurts. Choosing a toxic relationship is rarely a conscious decision. It's driven by wounds, by history, by survival patterns. The good news? Patterns can be broken. Healing starts with awareness. When you begin to understand why you've tolerated less than you deserve, you gain the power to demand more. You're not too broken to love or be loved, but you must first believe that you're worthy of something better.